Hi everyone. Today I have the privilege of sharing a few thoughts on a couple of my favourite passages in scripture. It's John chapter 20, but I will primarily read from Matthew 28 about the women coming to the tomb. So let's dive in. It says, after the Sabbath, at dawn of the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. There was a violent earthquake, for an angel of the Lord came down from heaven and going to the tomb rolled back the stone and sat on it. It's incredible. A friend of mine, David Bennett, who's also a fellow theologian, said on Easter Day, isn't it amazing the parallels between this vision of this angel sitting on the rock and Jacob's ladder, where Jacob was resting on a rock when he had a vision of angels ascending and descending into heaven and met with God. Afterwards he said, wow, God was here and I didn't even know it. The thing is, this is a sign that God is here. But he's not just in that one particular place anymore. Jesus is alive, which means he's available everywhere. And then it goes on saying, the angel said to the women, do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, he has risen. Come and see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples, he has risen from the dead and is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him. Now I have told you. So the women hurried away from the tomb, afraid yet filled with joy, and ran to tell his disciples. And then we hear how Jesus appears and the women worship Jesus, who then again says, go and tell the others. These two women, at their most broken, at the most challenged hour, is given the great privilege and the great responsibility of going and sharing these news, the news of Jesus resurrected, with others. But I don't know about you, I watched way too much Netflix in the past year, or any kind of television movie setting. And my head automatically thinks, what happens with these women through this short, brief time? How are their emotions and their feelings changing? Because what we see here are two women coming, grieving. They're sad. It's even clearer in John's version, where it's described how Mary was crying. And twice she's asked the question, why are you crying? It's not like her feelings of sadness, of grief, of loss, of darkness is brushed away. They're acknowledged, they're seen, and in the midst of that brokenness, in the midst of that sadness, in the midst of that pain, she's met. Jesus comes, the angel comes, speaks to her in that place of desperation. And then you see, following from this, a change. These women who were both sad and afraid, devastated and lost, is described how they run away filled with joy. And I don't know about you, but Easter this year was special. Because after this year of so many crosses, of so many losses, of so many moments of deep sadness and pain, where we have so much to grieve, that message of Jesus' resurrection, of the hope, of the life, of the light that comes with it, is so profound, so deep, and so transformative. It changes us again and again, but it also changed these women. From deep sadness and fear, they are filled with joy. My hope and prayer is that you, wherever you are today, whether you're listening to this or watching it, that you will know some of that experience. Because the thing is, their feelings aren't just brushed aside or thrown out of the window. Why are you crying? Jesus then says, Mary, He calls her by name. He meets her where she's at. And I hope and I pray that all of us through these coming weeks and months will have the time to reflect, to lament, to grieve, and through that to heal from some of the experiences, some of the losses and the pains we've suffered through this past year. But I just want to encourage you to allow Jesus to enter into that space. You don't need to have it all together. In the midst of their brokenness, Jesus came and met them. And in the midst of that brokenness, he called them by name. And in the midst of that brokenness, he gave them the responsibility to go out and share the good news after they again had experienced joy. And I hope and pray that some of you will know that hope, but even more so will know Jesus alive today